in school today.
True.
I wouldn't. There's no school in Saudi on a Friday.
No, there's no school on Friday.
On Friday, there's no school on Friday.
No, Friday.
Thursday or Friday?
It used to be like the weekend starts from Sunday. They have holiday, like Thursday and
No
Ferrari. Why are you late?
My friend is like not good at those things.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright. When you say not good, you mean sick? You see there's a hesitation now.
Not like, but worse than sick.
Worse than sick.
Yeah.
Goodness. Don't know what to think of this class.
So for that.
No, you're not.
No, I sounded.
Right, okay, let's go on to the next lesson. So,
did you make any timetable?
no, I have nothing to do with it.
Straight 4 hours of physics?
Why would you want to do that?
Exactly. If I had a choice, I wouldn't choose this. Right, we're on page 58, please.
How's Cattle in your class? Cattle.
Yes,
Make up. When is it on Monday? Next Monday, okay? Okay, and those big snaps, don't worry.
Look, just be happy it's not 4 hours or something else.
Oh.
It's just 4 hours, that's something that.
But still, to be honest, I don't care 4 hours.
Yeah, it's better than 4 hours of chemistry.
I didn't say that.
Better than 2 hours. What
What
are you talking about? Like, to be honest, man.
Thank you for your honesty. Right. It's a little bit.
You open the window.
Yes.
If it was 4 hours of chemistry, I probably won't come for the first 2 hours.
In chemistry, time doesn't pass.
Remember the fire?
Yeah.
I remember the peace gas fire.
Dude. Right. We've got. Right. So what we're going to have a look at in this lesson is we're going to go. Just need something to kind of pin this down. That's it. So what I'm going to look at here, we're going to look at trigonometry equations again, but now a little bit more difficult. So I'll do a couple of examples, but there's not many there, so I don't want to do too many. So we'll start off with something like 3 cos x plus 4 sin x equals 0. This time x is any real number. I'm not going to limit it from 0 to 2 pi. Right, so there's a couple of things you can do for this one. What do you think we should do first? Any ideas on how to solve this?
We can't divide the whole thing?
Yeah, well, what should be our first step?
The 4 sine make the 2 sine.
Yeah.
No, not this.
Multiply by cos.
Not this.
Or
No.
Or maybe rearrange it.
Yeah.
No.
Rearrange.
Yeah, but how?
Like make it a product.
No. No. Any other ideas? No, I tell you? Right, okay. Yeah. I'll drink a bit of coffee and then I'll tell you. Right. Divide everything by cos. No, you didn't. You said multiply by cos.
I meant divide.
Then you should have said divide. So if I divide everything by cos, I get 3 plus 4 sine over cos equals 0. Check the video. So sine over cos? 4 tan. Yeah, and so then tan x equals minus 3 over 4. Now, let's get out the calculator. Doesn't say degrees or radians, but... Oh man, where did I put my calculator? I must have left it in the room.
You want mine?
Oh no, I got it. So we'll do it in radians.
Why do we want?
Why not? It doesn't matter. Tan inverse minus 3 over 4. So do you remember the steps here? First we get the first answer. Or do I have the answer at the back in degrees or radians? Yeah, radians. So the first answer is minus 0.6435. How do you get the second answer for tan?
Plus 2 pi. Minus 2 pi.
Minus
1 pi. Plus
Plus.
5.
Yeah, guessing now.
Plus 5.
That won't work in the exam. You're not revising your semester 1 material, which is also in your final exam. So plus pi, and you get a second answer of 2.498. How many answers will I have here?
4.
Nope,
No. 1,
nope,
2.
no. No, you see, you know it's not 1 because I already have 2. So it has to be 2 or more, alright?
2.
And it's not 2.
3.
More.
4.
You see, you're forgetting everything from semester 1. So if I gave you a question simpler than this from semester 1, you can't do it right now because you've forgotten how to do it. And this is a problem for you. So here, there's actually unlimited answers. Because, no. Why? There's 2 answers for every 2 pi. What's the restriction on x?
No.
There's no restriction. X is unlimited in its values. So there's many answers here, as many as you like. How do you make the extra answers?
Minus 360. Of minus 2 pi.
No, not this either.
Plus.
Plus 2 pi.
Yeah.
Plus 2 pi. But, as a final step, we can also fix our answers by adding or subtracting 2 pi. So, in total, your answers are minus 0.6435 plus or minus 2 pi, and 2.498 plus or minus 2 pi. Sorry, I should say n 2 pi. You could have 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, 8 pi, 10 pi. As many answers as you desire, where n, I don't even need to write the plus or minus because I'll just say n could be positive or negative. So I'll just say plus n 2 pi, 2.498 plus n 2 pi, where n is any integer. So these are all the answers from minus infinity to plus infinity.
I
Yeah.
understand.
You need to, which step? Oh, this one?
Like the n. What's n?
Yeah. N stands, I can add 2 pi,
Okay.
I can add 4 pi, I can add 6 pi, so I can add any n multiple of 2 pi.
Okay.
So n could be, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2.
Okay. So add n 2 pi plus the number, but the second answer.
There's 2 here, yeah. So this is the first answer, and this is the second answer. And then by adding the 2 pi, you can make the extra answers. Remember, these answers always go in pairs. When you have an equation like this, your answers go in pairs.
Can I write that down, please?
Yes? See, you're not revising. You're not revising, and this is basic semester 1 stuff. So you think you know your semester 1, but you're forgetting it because you're not revising.
That's true.
I don't think I need to give you more evidence of your lack of revision, do I? But I feel like I'm not giving you enough evidence because you're not revising. So I don't know what you need to start revising.
12 days.
Revision should be ongoing, not just during break periods.
That was the stuff. You don't have much time to revise everything.
No, you need to make time if you're committed enough. You should consider yourself quite lucky, because if you were in a secondary school in Ireland, you would have 7 subjects to be revising, not just 4.
My school, we have
Isn't it?
12.
Yeah,
Exactly,
my
so-
school as well.
Yeah.
So what's your problem then? Is 4 not enough? If you had
No.
more, you would revise.
You know, in those like situations, it's like you have after a semester you don't have to study the rest before.
True.
Yeah.
No, that's
Talking
not
about-
correct.
Not in Ireland.
I'm not in
You have to do 2, your final exam is from 2 years of study.
Yeah. You don't have to. Final exam is from 3 years of study.
So ongoing revision is required.
Mm.
So you forgot this when you arrived here in Ireland? Can I go down? Yeah. Right, let me give you another one here. Right, so again the x is any real number. And let's say we have 5. This is my second example. It's actually question number 3. 5 cos x plus 12 sin x equals 1. Okay, have a think about what to do first and then tell me in a minute.
You can do it if you know.
No, tell me first. If you think you know, what is it?
Divide by cos.
Nope.
Four plus
4 plus 4 plus
12 sin x over cosine x.
4. Where are you getting 4 from?
Because we have 5 of
Cos.
cos and we have 1 here. Change it to the other side, it's gonna be minus. Is that right?
Take 1 to the other side and make it sin square x plus.
Karar, you know that 5 cos x minus 1 is not 4 cos x.
Not 5 minus. First step here, the first question, 3 plus. The 3 of cosine is gonna be 3 alone, plus 4 sine.
3, where are you getting 3 from? Where?
On the last.
That's question, okay? So I did
Oh,
the
you're-
same
are you-
thing. I did the same steps. You see, the 3 of cosine. Okay,
Yeah.
I just bring the 1.
Which
Divide
one?
by the cos.
See here, it's divided by cos, isn't it?
Yes. Did you do that?
I did do that, okay?
Yeah, so if I divide by cos, I get 5
Okay.
plus 12 sin x over cos x
Equal 1.
equals 1.
I bring the 1 to the other side.
Oh, it's 4. Okay. I could have sworn you said 4 cos.
No, 4 plus.
4 plus.
4 plus
Ah, it's
plus.
written here, Steven, 5 minus.
You said 4 plus, not 4 cos.
CKJ, 5 minus 1.
Like
You
4
can see the video.
Okay, Karar, you're off the hook. Anyways, that's still wrong though. We don't divide by cos here. Wait, no, that is wrong. Because it'd be 1 over cos when you divide this by cos. Yes. So it is wrong.
Okay.
Right, so we don't divide by cos. We can't divide by cos because of the 1 here.
1 is equal to.
Squaring is a possibility, but it doesn't work because we have a 5 and a 12. If it was a 5 and a 5, then I would square it. But because we have a 5 and a 12, what will happen is you'll get 25 cos squared and 144 sine squared, and they won't go together nicely. What are options?
Make 1 equals to sin squared.
No, there's no squares here.
No, 1, that 1 is sin squared.
Oh, sine squared plus cos squared. Yeah, no.
If you multiply.
By?
Fine.
No. No.
Divide by sine, no.
No. I'll give you a clue. We did it in the last lesson. I'll give you another clue. It was the last thing we did in the last lesson.
We can use the
In other
formula.
words, it was the last thing you saw before this lesson.
Make it product.
Not make it product. Kind of. The last example I did last time, wasn't it? Well, maybe it was the last lesson, wasn't it? No. It wasn't the last lesson. It was 3 lessons ago, which I know for you is an eternity ago. Alright, let me show you what to do. Okay, look up. We'll make a little triangle here. Yeah. So this will be 5, this will be 12, this will be 13, and the angle theta here is tan inverse 12 over 5, and we'll keep it in radians or degree, it doesn't really matter. 1.176 is the angle here. So you can write this as, well, firstly I'll divide everything by 13. And 5 over 13 is the sine of this angle, sine of 1.176. So you can say sine of 1.176 cos x plus, oh sorry, that's not sine, it's cos. Cos of 1.176 cos x plus sine of 1.176 sine x equals 1 over 13. This is cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. I like the x's first, so cos plus sine. So cos A cos B plus sine A sine B is cos A, no, minus B. Now it's just an old-fashioned semester 1 problem. So you have x minus 1.176 equals cos inverse 1 over 13. So it equals 1.494, or the second answer for cos, how do I get that? No? Yes, 2 pi minus the first answer. So the second answer is 4.789. So then, how do I make the extra answers for cos? By adding 2 pi. So this would be 1.494 plus as many 2 pi's as you like, or 4.789 plus as many 2 pi's as you like. Yeah, now I have to add the 1.76 though. So that is 3.254 plus as many 2 pi's as you want, or 4.789 plus 6.549 plus as many 2 pi's as you want. Although you can add and subtract as many 2 pi's as you want, and because this is more than 2 pi, I'm going to take 2 pi away from it. Not necessary, but it's nice. So x is 3.254 plus as many 2 pi's as you want, 0.266 plus as many 2 pi's as you need. And these are all the answers. It's this angle plus whatever number of 2 pi's you want, and this angle plus whatever number of 2 pi's that you want. So there's infinite answers here. So you could pick any number for n. N is 100. So you could have 3.254 plus 200 pi. This would be an answer to the equation. So let's check it. 3.254 plus 200 pi, and I get a huge angle like 631.56. Now let me check this. 5 cos this angle plus 12 sine this angle, what should I get as my answer?
61.
I should just get 1. The original equation was 5 cos plus 12 sine equals 1. So let me see. And I get, no, not 1. I might have gone too much of a rounding error.
Your answer is made one.
Not even close. Not even close. 5 cos the answer plus 12 sine the answer. No, my answer's wrong, which means I've made a mistake somewhere. 5 cos plus 12 sine equals 1 divided by 13. Cos is 5 over 13, isn't it? Yes, sine is 12 over 13. Yeah, cos A cos B plus sine A sine B is cos A minus B. Maybe I did the cos inverse part wrong. Cos inverse 1 over 13, 1.49. Yeah. And then to make the second answer, we minus 2 pi. And the steps are inverse, extra answers, simplify. Oh.
Is your calculator
It is on radian mode.
what's the answer for that?
NCUK is minus 0.318.
It is a 5, 12, 13 triangle, isn't it?
I checked it.
Something's wrong. Can't see where. Let's check it line by line. Firstly, did I write the question down right? 5 cos plus 12 sine. Le Carrère! Help me find the mistake. 5 cos plus 12 sine equals 1 is the question, yes?
Yes.
I divided by 13. And I drew my triangle. I put a 5 here, a 12 here, and this from Pythagoras must be 13.
Yes.
5 over 13 is cos theta, so that goes there. And 12 over 13 is sine theta, and that goes there. And let's double check. Tan inverse 12 over 5, 1.176. Right, so that's right. So that's right. And this is cos A minus B, is cos A cos B plus sine A sine B, so that's right. Then I do cos inverse 1 over 13. And I get that. And I get that. And my steps are, remember this IESF? Do you remember that? So I did the inverse.
Where did you get this from? X minus 1.76.
That's cos A minus B.
Down. Yes.
Yeah, it's from here.
1.17. This is 1.76. The down one.
Dun dun dun. I didn't write my 1 here. Well, that explains everything. Thank you, Karar. So this is 176. So that changes it. 1.494 plus 1.176. And I get here instead 2.67. And here 4.789 plus 1.176. 5.965. Let's try that again. So if I add on 100 times 2 pi, so 2.67 plus 200 pi. So for example, if n is 100, your x would be 630.9 or 631 if you want. Cos 631, 5 cos 631 plus 12 sine 631, and I get, yes, I get nearly 1.
And Stephen, if I write only the third step before the last one, is that enough for the exam?
Huh? Which step?
So the third step after before the last.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh well, of course these numbers are
Yeah.
wrong.
I mean the step, no, the before x.
Oh, to here?
Yeah.
No, you need to bring this to the right.
Okay, after I bring it, I don't
That's
need
fine.
to bring it and equal.
That's fine. You can stop there.
So it's fine.
Now on to a more difficult one. So I'll do number 5. Go on. Where's Yemi? Huh? That ended yesterday. I didn't end for Yemi yesterday. Is he in Galway?
No.
So when I applied for UK, so I don't.
He's finishing his application. Can I go down?
But you have to do it on Wednesday now.
That's for only DIT or.
Ah, okay.
What's that?
So, Karar, you
Yeah,
ready?
that's what
DIT
it is.
and some
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Cos 5x plus cos x equals 0. Tell me what you think.
Uh,
Squaring? Not square.
We can make this 2 cos, no.
Ready?
diagram.
Divide.
No. Divide by?
Cos.
No.
Divided by sine.
No. Any other ideas? We want to try and use a formula we've seen. So, for example, in the first example, we used tan x. Remember? In my first example, I used tan x. Tan x equals sine x over cos x. In my second example, I didn't really use, I used a formula. What formula did I use? The cos A minus B formula. So we need to think about this as, how can I change this into a formula that I know? How can I change this into a problem that needs a formula that I know? Because right now we have no formula for cos A plus cos B. That's what this is, cos A plus cos B. They're two different angles, aren't they?
Yeah.
Cos A plus cos B. We don't have a formula for this.
You can
So-
make common.
Say again?
Common.
What's in common?
Cos. You can make cos 5x plus x.
You mean this?
Yeah.
You mean this thing I told you, which is definitely not on the first day we did this? Remember? I said cos A plus cos B, or I think I said my example was sine 20 plus sine 30 is definitely not sine 50, which you know if you were in my class, which you were.
You was?
I believe so. So, any other ideas?
Can you make it 2 cos 5x cos x?
2 cos 5x cos x? Make what that? Alright. Showtime?
Okay, then
Yes?
when you do that,
Yeah, but how do you do that? What are you changing, KJ?
Just saying it's multiplied divided.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. Alright, I'll show you. Look up. So you change this into cos 3x plus 2x plus cos 3x minus 2x. So now you have cos A, cos B, minus sine A, sine B, plus cos A, cos B, plus sine A, sine B equals 0.
So use the both rules, sine and cosine.
I use cos A plus B and cos A minus B. Now, what's really nice here is two things cancel. What cancels?
Sine.
This one cancels with this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And not only that, these two are the same.
Add them.
So I get 2 cos 3x cos 2x equals 0. I divide by 2 and I get cos 3x times cos 2x equals 0. Okay, write that bit down so far.
I said something like this.
You said nothing like
I
this.
said 2 cos something x cos x.
Yeah, it's 2 something x equals 0. And then you divide, and then you get x equals the answer, of course.
No, shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, just no one shut up. So shut up.
Continue.
Okay.
So, now we have two possibilities to consider. So the first possibility is that cos 3x equals 0, or the second possibility is cos 2x equals 0. So x equals 0 or 2 pi, sorry, I should say 3x equals 0 or 2 pi, or 2x equals 0 or 2 pi. But we have to add and subtract 2 pi. What happens when you add 2 pi to 0?
2 points.
You get this answer, don't you?
Yeah.
And when you add 2 pi to 0, you get this.
Where did the cos go?
Oh, sorry, this is wrong. Yes, cos inverse 0 is not 0. I was thinking of sine. It's pi over 2.
Yes.
So you get two answers here. Cos 3x equals pi over 2, or
No, 3x equals pi.
Shapers, what is? I want to go home. 3x equals pi over 2, or how'd you get the second answer for cos?
By adding
360 minus.
2 pi minus the first answer, so that's 3 pi over 2. Or 2x equals pi over 2, or 3 pi over 2. Now I make the extra answers. So 3x equals pi over 2 plus n 2 pi. 3 pi over 2 plus n 2 pi. 2x equals pi over 2 plus n 2 pi. Or 3 pi over 2 plus n 2 pi. So to finish, what do I do here on the left?
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3. So I get x equals pi over 6 plus 2 over 3 n pi. Pi over 2 plus 2 over 3 n pi. Divide by 2 here. Pi over 4 plus n pi. 3 pi over 4 plus n pi. So you have 4 answers here, but of course each answer you can make more answers by adding the pi piece at the end. So this makes extra answers That's a plus here. Actually, I'll put them in different colours to make it a bit clearer. So my first possibility is this: pi over 6 plus as many of these as you want. Second possibility is this. Next possibility is this. And then next possibility is this.
You don't need to look at the same answer.
Can you go a bit up?
We don't, because x is any real number, so any number will do. We don't need to.
You change it like x equal
Yep.
we need to.
Yep. Yep.
Can you go now?
Here?
Where did that 2 go?
Which 2 now?
2 cos 3 yes.
Divided.
This one I divided by 2.
0.
0 divided by 2?
0.
Yes. More?
I didn't write anything.
Ah!
Okay.
Here.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to get in your final exam. Just saying.
Probability.
Probability? High.
It's not a big B question.
No, it would only be part of a question.
Exactly. And it might not be this type. It might be simple. Depending on how hard you want to make the integration.
Let's have a look at a past paper here. Can I go down a bit, Karar?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you still writing?
Okay, I will write it down at home.
No, go ahead, go ahead. Where are you?
Cosine 2x equals 0.
Oh, I know.
Okay, tell me.
Let's see what was last year like.
The common exam question?
Here's one here, although that's kind of easy. There, like,
Oh.
we have this one here. Actually, that's not. Ah, okay. Yeah, now you see, look. If I look at last year's exam, right, let's look at how many further trigonometry questions there were. So, you can see number 3, we have a quadratic of secant theta to solve.
That is barely a trigonometry question.
Now you'd be surprised how much you'll screw it up now.
No, you just change it to x. It's not complicated.
Yeah, but then after you get x, you have secant.
Is equals to
Yeah.
the answer.
But there's no function on our calculator for secant inverse.
Then you change it to 1 over cos.
Yeah. There's plenty of chances for you to make a mistake.
Well, at least you know what to do. This one.
We haven't done it yet.
Just this.
Okay, well then this one here, we have to solve this equation. Again, there's a secant in it. This one here we have to prove, which is what we're going to do in the next lesson. Prove that cotan theta squared is equal to cosec theta squared minus 1. Then we can use that result for a calculus question here. And then here we have another secant. And secant here. Huh?
So I'm supposed to do it down.
Which one?
2x. Like
This one here?
Yeah, solve the equation.
Yeah, actually, let's have a look at that. F is equal to this, and we want to solve F. Yeah, let's just have a quick look, write that down firstly. So, what did it say? F theta equals sec plus sec minus. Sec theta plus 2, sec theta minus 2. and we want to solve f 2 theta equals 3 sec 2 theta.
So do you know the answer?
No, they have not. So what we do is we can use this result here, and we get sec 2 theta plus 2, sec 2 theta minus 2 equals 3 sec 2 theta. And now it doesn't look so bad, because this would be sec squared 2 theta minus 4 equals 3 sec 2 theta. So we have sec squared 2 theta minus 3 sec 2 theta minus 4 equals 0. Sec 2 theta minus 4, sec 2 theta plus 1. Sec 2 theta equals 4, sec 2 theta equals minus 1. Sec is 1 over cos 2 theta equals 4. 1 over cos 2 theta equals minus 1. Cos 2 theta equals 1 over 4. Cos 2 theta equals minus 1. This here will make 8 answers, and this one here will make, sorry, not 8 answers. This one here will make 4 answers, and this one here will make 4 answers. So in total you'll have 8 answers. And this is a standard semester 1 problem. We did this many times in semester 1, and this one here, also standard semester 1. So you can see that this is what I mean. This here would be semester 2, and then it would become a semester 1 problem. So you have both semesters together here in this question. Now, does it say anything about the theta? The theta must be between 0 and 180.
So you have to fix.
So we'll have to fix it. I expect 4 of these answers to be rejected, and you'll be left with 4 answers which are between 0 and 180. I think. Not guaranteed. This is what I think will happen.
I think 3.
It could be 3. Anyways, it'll be. It won't be all 8 answers for sure, because all 8 will be from 0 to 360. I think 4. Unless, do we include 180? We do. Okay, I think 4. Now this literally is last year's test, and your test is more difficult than this, because your test has a new topic. The trapezium and Simpsons is new to the course. That was added in last year. So your test will have that in it. Also, you have more statistics than last year. So you have 2 new topics. And also, in last year's exam, they only had to revise semester 2 material, but you will have semester 1 topics in your final exam as well. You know, AP, GP, stuff like this.
So the new subject is only trapezium and sinusoid?
And more statistics.
We'll go through them later.
Yeah. Well, we've done trapezoid and trapezium and Simpsons. We have more statistics than last year. But also, you have to revise semester 1. So you have a much more difficult job than the students last year. This is true. You might say this is unfair, and it is. But I can't do anything about this. I have a course that I'm given from Manchester to teach you this course, and you're students, you have to take this course. It is unfortunate that you're here this year and not last year, because your life would have been a little easier.
But the new material guaranteed will be in the exam, so it's still okay.
Oh yes.
Guaranteed will be in the exam.
Yes, I would be quite shocked if the new stuff that they added this year was not in the exam, because then what's the point in adding it?
Exactly, to reduce the chances of some other topics to be in.
Yes, yes, and if you ask me which topics when we get nearer to the exam, I can give my predictions. My success rate is pretty high for predictions, not 100%. Success rate. I would say, I don't know, probably like 70%. 70 is good enough. You know, it's better than 0. So, like for example,
Chemistry is 0.
let me just
say that it's gonna come out